Yo, I'm gonna do this video for y'all so you can gauge and understand fasting, kind of get an idea of when to do it or when's the smartest time to do it and when's probably not the best time to do it. So the main thing I wanna cover, right? Because it's kind of the avenue where a lot of people like to dibble and dabble down, which is the area of muscle. Whenever you are considering maxing out all of your muscle gains, right? You're trying to take it to the fullest degree, the fullest extent. If you put fasting in your regimen or routine around the areas where you are fasting, maximizing your muscle gains may not be possible, all right? I don't say what isn't possible. I'm gonna say but may not be possible, right? Because people do all types of miracles and crazy things. So what I'm basically saying is, so anybody that says, all right, well, cool. Well, I want to do fasting, but I also want to build muscle. Well, what do I do? Well, there's a combination of the two that you could combine, which I already did on my channel, showed you the results. We walked through it from A to Z. Still, behind the fact that I gained muscle and reduced fat and made my weight do what I wanted it to do, I still had room and availability to see more results. The potential is there. We just don't know to what degree. Like, I can't stand here now and tell you, yeah, I'm missing out 2-3 points on muscle mass because the fasting was in the equation. The total amount that I would have received in terms of results in muscle mass or body fat or anything in those regards, we can't really see it because neither one of the two, building muscle or fasting, was done 100%. We shared a little bit of both, right? I was doing a little bit of strength training in there, and I was also combining it with the fasting and mixed it all, intertwined it together. Whereas I could have ran an experiment where I just did the fasting, checked out the results, just did the strength training, checked out the results, compared the two, and see how my body builds fat, builds muscle, and then kind of weigh it all out. I don't really have the time or feel like taking out the time to do both, but you need to just know that the potential of you seeing more is still there, even based on the results that I gave you. I could have seen more muscle mass. I could have possibly seen more fat loss depending on what I did in the mix. So you now knowing that you could kill two birds with one stone, or you could go down one alley and really hit hard, that's something good to understand, because you might have a time in the future where you might need to just execute one. You may not have a need to go for both at the same time. You may need to get your body fat down as much as you can and not really have much regard to muscle. That could be something that you have on the table. And the way that I see it, yes, it's possible that you can do it. Going down the one lane, one alley, the only thing you gotta know and expect is you're gonna make a sacrifice in the other area. For example, if I decide to just go for all fat loss, like I'm gonna just take this to the fullest extent and I'm gonna just do everything I can to maximize fat loss, I do stand a chance of possibly losing muscle mass somewhere down the line. I went to a deep extent and showed you how far you could go before you start considering losing, and we still didn't even get there. But you could kind of gauge, an idea of how much you have to play with. And it works in a vice versa manner. So on the other side of things, let's say I just decided I want to just max out muscle mass. I just want to stay down the alley of maximizing muscle mass and just keeping it 100% muscle mass. Then yes, you're now going to sacrifice fat, right? Because if you don't take in a certain amount of calories, you're not maximizing your potential. You're selling yourself short just a little bit. So in order for you to maximize it, typically you'll find that you might increase body fat just a little bit, all right? So what I'm basically explaining to you, when is the best time to fast? When is the best time to decide to build muscle? well, that goal is gonna be based on you as the individual. I'll give you a quick example so you can kind of gauge and understand my time where I decided to choose one and not care about the other. So I just recently, within the last month, got my pro card. So I'm a professional bodybuilder, got the pro card, won the overall, beat everybody out. And what I decided to do was, closer coming up to the competition, I decided to utilize fasting as a way to decrease my body fat. Now, at the time, my muscle mass was at a point that was so high, I had room to decrease some of the muscle mass, in turn, decrease a lot of the body fat. That's the sacrifice that I decided to make. So what I went ahead and I did is I decided to cut calories. Not only did I cut calories, but I went into fasted states. Going into fasted states put my body in a position to prioritize fat as its fueling source. And that's what led me to decreasing all the way down to between 4 and 5% body fat right before my competition. So got on the stage, won the overall, knocked it out the park, this, that, and the third. But that was a scenario that I felt that I didn't really need to take that much care in the area of muscle mass and prioritize fat burning over everything. And that's what ended up leaving me with a slight bit of a loss of muscle mass when you look back at the numbers. And then what I ended up seeing is a drastic decrease in body fat, drastic. We're talking about 8-9 points that I actually seen, which brought my weight down the double digits, where I was already a slim individual. So losing double digits in weight, really, you start to ask yourself, what really went? But yes, there's water, there's glycogen, there's also left, the calories that you've already taken in, and you also have body fat. So those are the things that I really lost in order to get me down to the size and shape that I needed. So this is where and when you, at some point in time, might prioritize one over the other, building muscle and not gaining fat, or you might lose fat and sacrifice some of the muscle. This ends up being something that you can do, or you could play the game where you do them both, you prioritize both, but you always will be sure to not really maximize in any direction or any category or area, muscle or fat, because you're not able to maximize your potential. I'm gonna get up off this one. Hopefully y'all gain an understanding when is the best time for you to fast. If you wanna drop your weight, go ahead and jump into a fast. Just consider you might lose some muscle, or if you don't wanna lose any muscle, you might consider tweaking the fast so you won't get the 100% benefits from it, because you're also sacrificing that potential of your body holding on to the muscle mass, and vice versa. Y'all know what it is. I'm gonna get up off this one. Yeah. Oh, before I go any further, I wanna make this announcement. I might even drop this in the beginning of the video. For those who made it this far, y'all probably rock with me like that. I got a competition coming up. I went ahead and I called it. So I'm gonna let everybody know in the next video the name of the competition. Of course, it's gonna be out here in Texas, and I'm gonna go for my pro show. This is gonna be my first pro show. So we're gonna see what the competition is looking like. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna give the final announcements in detail on the next video. I also got a vlog coming for y'all. Also got a cooking video coming for y'all. So I got some things in the making, just so y'all know what's up. Yeah, I'm out.